Good evening. So, there are doctors in Quebec, Canada, that are advocating for being able to murder your baby after the baby's born if it has some sort of birth defect or, something like that. This is the slope we're going down. I did a video about how in less than 100 years we're repeating history as far as anti-Semitism. What's really funny is at the same time anti-Semitism was taking hold in the 1930s, there was something else that was going on, and that was eugenics. Eugenics was big in the early part of the 20th century. A lot of people don't realize that. Margaret Sanger, who founded Planned Parenthood, was big on eugenics. She founded Planned Parenthood because she wanted to take care of what she called, quote, the Negro problem. In other words, she thought that blacks, along with gypsies and just different people out there, were inferior, and we couldn't put them in rail cars and ship them off to a concentration camp and gas them because Americans wouldn't go for that. But we could do it in another way. We could kill them in the womb and call it health care. And that's what we did, and that's what we do with abortion now. Abortion is the leftovers of eugenics, basically. It was Margaret Sanger's dream, and to this day, Planned Parenthood clinics are found more in black communities than predominantly white communities, and there's a reason for that. That's the dirty little secret of Planned Parenthood. That's a dirty little secret of abortion. So when people like Hillary Clinton win the Margaret Sanger Award, and she's proud of that, what she's saying is she's proud to receive an award named after a woman who started Planned Parenthood because she wanted to kill as many blacks as possible because she thought they were inferior. This is why the Democrat Party is the party of racism, and they always have been. And no, I'm not saying it because I love everything the Republican Party does. I'm just telling you. So now we've got eugenics again. We've got anti-Semitism that has become mainstream. Now, eugenics has basically made a comeback as well. It's like the early 20th century all over again. We're repeating, it's 2026. So we're on track to repeat everything exactly 100 years later. It's happening, man. It's happening, We've got Canada with their assisted suicide. Now people are just depressed or killing themselves, being encouraged to kill themselves. In Canada, not just in Canada, it's happening here in the States too. There are certain states where you can do this now. I remember the guy who was governor of Virginia at one time, Ralph Northam. Remember talking about how you should be able to kill a child outside the womb and such as that. And it's just like, it sounds nuts, but there are people out there advocating for this, man. Eugenics is back. Eugenics is right there along with you notice anti-Semitism, eugenics, man, they tend to go hand in hand. But we are Baal worshippers. We are modern day Baal worshippers. That's what we are. We sacrifice our children. That's what we're doing now for what we think is the greater good, I guess. I don't know. As we become more of a godless society, unfortunately, it's always the children and the elderly that lose out. And the Jews. And it'll be the Christians as well, because a lot of Christians are being murdered in Africa and places like that right now. No one seems to care that they're being murdered. No one seems to talk about it much. So there you go. But I found that interesting that we're back to eugenics, basically. Let's get rid of the people who we feel are inferior. Let's just kill them. it's coming back the same time that anti-Semitism is coming back. In polite society, look, there's always been anti-Semitism, and there always will be. And there'll always be racism, there'll always be bigotry, and there'll always be somebody who thinks that, well, if a certain group of people are inferior, let's kill them, you know. And there is always that underclass of people. But it's in polite society now. You can go on social media and talk about all day long. Israel. Right? Abortion. You got women out there saying, you know, I'm proud of I shout my abortion. I celebrate my abortion. Okay, now you've got people, oh yeah, it's healthcare. It's healthcare. Killing a baby outside of the womb now is healthcare. Assisted suicide now is healthcare. It's all healthcare. So anyway, just a short video on that, on how we're sliding deeper down the eugenics hill, just like we've already slid down the anti-Semitism hill, and anti-Christian. It'll happen as we become more of a secular society. Now we embrace Islam in this country and in North America because Islam is a death cult, and people who are into eugenics and anti-Semitism are into a death cult. That's what they do. So even though a lot of them are secularists, they'll embrace Islam because Islam takes care of their enemies, the Jews, the Christians, you know, people like that. But they'll eventually come for the Muslims, just like the Muslims will eventually come for them. So there'll be an all-out war eventually between those two, you know. Anyway, just my thoughts on the matter as I sit here on a trip between Oklahoma and Georgia. I appreciate you watching, and you know, we'll do another one whenever I get the inspiration to do another one. Thanks. God bless.